I'm pretty sure this is old news now. Yes, what you're seeing right now is a Nigerian female towing the same footsteps with Nigerian male fraudsters.
Just as it is in every country that once in a while, every country experience natural disaster and turbulence of different kind and different sorts. Nigeria is not exempted. Guys, you won't believe that at this present day and time, Nigeria is still in this situation of dam breakage and overflooding in the communities and states in Nigeria. The video you're going to see now will leave you speechless. And yes, it is Nigeria. Let's take a look at that.
The scene in Ketegi is one of apocalyptic devastation. Drone footage shared on X captures a sea of brown water where homes once stood, with only the tops of trees and rooftops breaking the surface. The flood's roar is relentless. A deep guttural rumble mixed with the splintering cracks of collapsing walls and the hollow thuds of debris crashing against what remains. Villagers wade through chest-deep water, their faces etched with fear and exhaustion, clutching soaked belongings, a child's sandal, a single cooking pot, while others scream for loved ones lost in the chaos. A young mother, Amina Yusuf, told Reuters, "I held my baby above the water for hours, clinging to a tree. I thought we'd die." The air reeks of mud and despair, a haunting testament to the lives upended in moments. The nightmare unfolded with terrifying speed. At 11:00 p.m. on May 29, a heavy downpour began, its steady drumming on tin roofs, initially a familiar sound to Ketegi's residents. By 1:00 a.m. on May 30, the rain turned torrential, with sheets of water falling for hours, as reported by local leaders to Al Jazeera. At 3:00 a.m., the nearby river breached its banks, sending a wall of water rushing into the village, catching most asleep. By 5:00 a.m., entire streets in the low-lying areas were submerged, with 50 homes swept away in the initial surge. At 7 o'clock a.m., as dawn broke, the scale of the disaster became clear. Roads and bridges were gone, and families were stranded on rooftops waving for help. By 9 o'clock a.m., rescue operations were underway, with volunteers using boats to pluck survivors from the floodwaters, though many remained trapped as the waters continued to rise.
Quite an unfortunate situation and very pathetic one. As we speak, many lives has been lost. Many children, mother, father, relatives have lost their lives, as good as their houses and all valuables as a result of this natural disaster. My heart goes out to every family from the northern part of Nigeria, Niger State, where this incident has been recorded. Guys, as we speak, it is still ongoing. And to think of the fact that all these are more that we talk about, the herdsmen, kidnapping, so many crises that Nigeria face on a daily basis. It will still interest you to know that the leaders still act and behave as though all is well. Can you now understand what we as Nigerians are talking about when we talk about Nigeria as a country and as a people? Okay, as though that is not enough. We are getting somewhere. Recently, it broke into the internet of a Nigerian female scammer, highly rated one at that. Let's take a look at that.
What a man can do, a woman can do it better. She is the face behind 1.3 million US fraud. She defrauded American government for a long time. Investigated her. She didn't know. Indicted her. She didn't know. Traveled to the UK. She didn't know. Traveled to America. She didn't know. Now inside America, they call arrest her. But for online, she dey show people say she be tech queen because she is a programmer. This story go let you know say whatever you dey claim online, say you be content creator, programmer, cryptocurrency trader, that one are your own. Once you involve yourself, investigators, they know how to detect your real you. Let's get started. I beg, before we start, if you have not pressed that subscribe button on this channel, make you click it. If you are watching this on other platform, click the follow button. Again, don't forget to like, share, and drop your comment at the end of this class. Let's see. Who is she? Her name, Naibi Kinemezu Safia Egemasi. Okay? Nationality, na Nigeria. Profession, programmer / tech specialist. Alias or nickname, she call herself Tech Queen. Past locations, she stayed in Ghana, Cambridge, United Kingdom, arrested in New York, USA. When was she arrested? April 10th, 2025. Charges against her, internet fraud and money laundering. Status currently in US custody, awaiting trial in Kentucky. Okay, let's continue. It all started in Ghana. She lived in Ghana before she moved to the United Kingdom. Met a fraud leader by the name Samuel Kwadwo Osei, a Ghanaian. Role, they gave her tech expert in the fraud syndicate. Build fake US government website with login feed where people come genuinely login, not knowing that behind the scene, this woman is behind it, stealing their login credentials. Okay, and use the details from here to divert public funds. Let's continue. She then moved to United Kingdom, new base, Cambridge, UK. Her image online is rising tech star, which you will see on her LinkedIn profile. You will see where she has worked. She thought say she don't work with British Petroleum, H&M, Zara, and so on and so forth. You can use that name, this name. If you are interested, drop this name on Google. Then you can see her profile. You go see who she claimed, but now who she really be, now we see for yourself. Okay? She had traveled to many places, posted luxurious trips, how she traveled to Greece, Portugal, and many other places. Reality, she was still running fraud operations. Okay? Oversaw spoof site where they steal people's login and diverting money flow. Okay? She had a major breakthrough, big hit in 2022, where she got $965,000 stolen from Kentucky. Another one, 330,000 USD wired to another US account. Okay? Why this were going on? FBI were investigating. They pulled everything together and discovered who was behind everything. Investigation began in 2024. Federal grand jury filed charges against this gang. They traced this amount of transfer to them. Found incriminating text messages linked to her. Okay? They review her dev posts and LinkedIn profiles. And she don't know say that they do all these things behind. Like some people, they watch me now. You don't know say, as they watch me so, your matter, they judge them. Some people, they don't seal out. They wait for you to enter. Some people, they are getting started. Let's continue. So they saw a lavish lifestyle and fake job claims. She still said she can deceive everybody. Okay? They connected her journey from Ghana to fraud, UK to fraud, how she entered USA. Okay? She entered USA April 2025. Traveled to New York. What were the possible reasons? According to the report, maybe to meet with partners, expand her operation, believe she wouldn't get caught, maybe possibly for holiday. But FBI were watching all her moves. Okay? She was arrested April 10th, 2025. She was arrested in Bronx, New York. Arrested with Samuel Osei and others. Okay? Charges: internet fraud and money laundering. Facing up to 20 years by charge. Currently held in US custody. Young lady, who claimed to be a tech queen, a rising star in the tech industry, whereas her exploit in the underground world. What do you think? Drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share.
I'm pretty sure this is old news now. Yes, what you're seeing right now is a Nigerian female towing the same footsteps with Nigerian male fraudsters, criminals, Yahoo Plus. That's them. I mean, I recall my mother would always say, to an extent, we can attribute criminality to youthful frivolities when it comes to male, as when they eventually grow up to become older, getting married and having children, they begin to, lose a number of all those things because they begin to draw closer to what life truly is. But for female, not at all. But it's unfortunate that in Nigeria, you don't do male or female. All of them are criminals. That is why our women tend to express their criminality mostly in prostitution. Yes, they express their criminality mostly in prostitution. But this one is new. It's new. That's why I tell people, don't think that a Nigerian is good because he is smart. They often use their smartness for criminality. Do you understand? They often use their smartness for criminality. Everybody in the world is smart. But just because people don't use their smartness to wreak evil, just because people don't use their smartness to purport criminality, doesn't mean they are not smart. Ghanaians are way smart. You see all these things that Nigerians think they are. Ghanaians are way smart. Nigerians are even very small. Because if you want to weigh the smartness of individuals in a particular society, go and see how they handle their government. South Africans are way smarter. That's why Nigerians act like they are smart. But one person is messing them around in the name of their leader. And then you tell me these are smart people. These are the people they say they travel abroad to break records and all. Anyway, let's get back to this. This is a girl that has been running fraud. They say she's a programmer and all those things, In all your knowledge of programming, what you thought of as it must be a Nigerian. What cost country is this? What? I am irritated to know that I am a Nigerian. It is a curse to be called a Nigerian. It is a woe to be called a Nigerian. I am cursed because I am a Nigerian. It is disheartening. It is like, cursed be the day I was born as a Nigerian. It's disheartening indeed. Really, it's disheartening.
Now, I don't know what we are going to call this, but are you now convinced enough that when you talk about crime, Nigerians are highly associated? So it's not about the gender, it is not about the personality, it is not about the face nor the look. It is about being careful at this point of every individual that you come in contact with as a Nigerian. The worst part are those who look innocent but are wolves in sheep clothing, very disguiseful, like very innocent, but deep down in their heart is full of evil, wickedness, and crime. They are all over on the social media, parading themselves as one thing or the other, just like you have rightly seen in this video. At least this is an awareness and an information that will keep us on the know. Beware and be careful of every Nigerian. You've heard from my brother Chimli and the rest of others who have touched on this. Now, let it not seem as though I act shocked or surprised, but indeed, I am really shocked that of all times I have come to understand and observe Ghana presidents, their leaders, having a really memorable day or a remarkable day, their presidents are always present and active in it. But just of recent, the good people of Ghana recorded World Environmental Day, and guys, can you believe as a Nigerian that the president was live there and direct? And to Ghanaians, it is nothing, right? But it is a big deal because you would hardly see on special days like this. I mean, memorable day like this as environmental. Nigerians do not even recognize it, appreciate it, or take it seriously. Talk more of our leaders being presently involved as much as come to think of the president. Now let's take a look at the president of Ghana at this event and his speech. Briefly, I'm not going to play all.
Be a desk and furniture hold I was school them no or by any way I'm yet if you say a hat you me you can say Afibiano you be and so you sign a trap at the furniture you trap at the CBD you trap at the say at the year new man ye dreams of a boy and so name you know now a hat environmental I didn't know what banning I'm a fee a plastic waste I generate to a minimum and no any very recycle the desk hold one school quada and one and I recycle at the year you might be brave furniture in be here. Tanso and a school at Diana who I yes no son, and also obey me a jainia, a use not yet day, a yet that day, aye, and I'm so I'm a yet in your boy environmental and who I was young. Young quite I put in your send your a coy, I was saying, hi, gonna use this message in the Canaba, which I am not subscribing one shady among meeting, and an answer for him, when I and discounts with your money at about my Ganamudia.
This was among the first community day schools, popularly called E-blocks, that I commissioned. And since the day I commissioned this school, this is the first time I've come back here. And so I'm very excited to be with you. I'm excited to be with you, my children of Kwabenya Community High School. I'm happy to see the school is thriving and growing from strength to strength. I knew that this school had potential because we opened this school just at the time the computer placement of students was taking place. And some parents in Kwabenya Domi area were frustrated that their children were being sent to faraway places at a tender age. Some were going to Kukurantumi, to Bunkurugu Secondary, to other places. And so the day we commissioned this school, the school was full. Parents whose children had been posted to faraway places quickly brought their children here. And I'm happy to see that the school is serving the community very well. Ayiko. Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, and other ministers of state and deputy ministers of state here present, senior government officials, Mr. Niloy Banerjee, UNDP country representative, members of the diplomatic corps, heads of institutions, Hajia Rahinatu Yakubu Salifu, headmistress of Kwabenya Community Day School, Nime, Name, friends of the media, and let me acknowledge some of our chiefs who are here and to apologize that we didn't greet them. We should have exchanged greetings before the start of this program, but when we are done, I'll come over and come and pay my respects to you. We have Nitete Ahmed II, Kwabenya Jasiche, the principal chief kingmaker of Kwabenya. We have Niamo the first, the Amwaman Kotoku Oblanhi Manche. We have Na Nyoko Aflasu the first, Abofu Queen Mother, Na Dese Omanye Sani the third, Nungwa Okwe Gono Queen Mother. I acknowledge all of you and thank you very much for joining us. The World Environment Day 2025. This annual observance arrives at a critical juncture when the world is facing escalating environmental threats. It also possesses the knowledge, tools, and collective will to take meaningful action for future generations. This year's theme, Ending Plastic Pollution, could not be more relevant. In Ghana, the widespread use of plastics, once hailed for convenience, is leaving behind a trail of environmental devastation. Plastic is clogging our gutters and waterways, it is littering our beaches, it is polluting our farmlands, and it is choking our urban streams. Indeed, environmental experts are warning us that by 2050, if nothing is done, there will be more plastic in the sea than fish. The amount of plastic in the sea will be more than the fish in the sea. This sobering forecast must awaken us not to despair, but awaken us to action. Plastic pollution is a visible symptom of a deeper challenge. It is a symptom of our broken relationship with nature. But we can and must turn this tide by reimagining plastic not as waste, but as a resource, and restoring harmony with our land and ecosystems. We can transform our economy, we can protect public health, and we can rekindle our national pride. Since assuming office, my government has placed the environment at the heart of Ghana's development strategy. We've created the Ministry of Climate, we've appointed a Minister of Climate Change and Sustainability to integrate environmental considerations across all sectors. We've introduced the National Plastics Management Policy that requires that manufacturers and importers have to take responsibility for the life cycle of the plastics that they produce and place on the market. We revised our solid waste management strategy to reduce the amount of plastic that enters our landfills by 60% by the year 2030, and to implement mandatory waste separation in all our major municipalities. We're already seeing progress. From Tamale to Takrade, local governments are piloting source separation schemes. Color-coded bins in markets have tripled recycling rates. Entrepreneurs are converting used plastics into building materials, textiles, and fuel briquettes. And you just saw the dustbins that you were presented with here. It is made from recycled plastic. Faith-based groups and community volunteers are mobilizing for cleanup exercises before the rainy season. These examples prove that transformation is possible when public policy aligns with citizens' action. But ladies and gentlemen, we must go further. Because of their durability, plastics do not degrade easily. And it is said that a piece of plastic takes 25,000 years to degrade. Plastics, when not managed properly, become a long-term hazard. And that is why today I'm proud to launch the One Tree Per Child initiative. This is a nationwide program that will engage every school-aged Ghanaian child in planting and nurturing at least one tree. Each child will be given a seedling, and the seedlings will be chosen to suit the local ecology of where their schools are. And guided by their teachers, local environmental officers, forestry officers, and traditional leaders, they will be shown how to care and nurture the tree to grow. By 2030, this program will result in tens of millions of trees planted. These are trees that will stabilize our soils, trees that will cool our cities, and trees that will absorb carbon dioxide and restore our degraded ecosystems.
Welcome back, guys. You see why when we talk about Ghana, when we talk about the motherland, how different, how unique they are. I know most times it comes from a place of pretense. For some people, it comes from a place of hypocrisy. It comes from a place of hatred. But sincerely speaking, when I talk with every bit of sincerity and honesty in me that yes, there are things that I have seen in Ghana exhibited by their leaders, by their citizens, that have never happened in Nigeria and can never, as long as I'm concerned, happen. Look at what is happening in Niger, the flood. Look at it. I know recently Ghana experienced one, but this is beyond our imagination. And it's something that calls for immediate and urgent response. But because of the laxity, because of the wickedness, because of the nonchalantness, wicked heart of Nigerian leaders and citizens, at the end of the day, this issue will not be immediately resolved. It will linger and linger. Is it the first time we're experiencing it? No. But in Ghana, the president has come up with good initiative to even say they want to decongest the city of Accra because of flood. Now, they want to create another city which they have kickstarted the project. Is this not a sign of proactiveness and good leadership? Tell me. Anyways, it is what it is. Guys, you have seen all we have shown here today. At this point, I'm short of words. I want to know what are your thoughts, your opinion, your input. Kindly leave them in the comment section and let's have this conversation rolling. And if you are yet to like this video, please kindly hit on the like button, share this video for more exposition and visibility, and please stay subscribed if this is your first time here. And I will see you in my next one. But for now, do have a lovely, a blessed, a peaceful and a successful day out there. Ciao, ciao.